Emily, please, try to understand. I never meant to lie to you. Your birth mom willingly gave you to me, claiming she couldn't raise you as a single mother. It was a difficult decision for both your father and me, but I couldn't bear to see you abandoned, so I chose to raise you as my own. I don't care. You took me away from my real mom. You wanted a perfect little family, and I was just a pawn in your game. That's not true, Emily. I never tried to manipulate anything. I fell in love with you from the moment I held you in my arms. Huh, more like you used me to fulfill your dreams of being a mother and a wife. I was just a convenient solution for you, wasn't I? Emily, please, listen to me. I never wanted to deceive you. Yes, I wanted a family, but that doesn't mean I didn't love you with all my heart. You keep telling yourself that, but it doesn't change the fact that you lied to me all these years. I can't trust you anymore. I don't want you in my life. I am Rachel, and I've always been the kind of person who thrives on traditional values. As a 52-year-old woman, I have spent most of my life working as an elementary school teacher, cherishing the joy of nurturing young minds. My friends often describe me as dependable, caring, and perhaps a tad reserved. I was married to a man named Mark, and we raised a wonderful child together. My daughter Emily had been the center of my world for 25 years. She's grown into a remarkable woman, smart, ambitious, and fiercely independent. She's engaged to Jake, a kind-hearted and compassionate man who loved her deeply. Emily and I shared a unique bond, and I thought we had an unbreakable connection. But life had a surprise in store for me, one that would test the very foundation of our relationship. That day, my life took an unexpected turn. Mark was out of town on one of his business trips, and I received a text from him. He told me that Emily had found out about our little secret. The truth is that I wasn't Emily's birth mother. Years ago, when I just graduated from college, Mark and I were part of a really fun and big group of friends. One of them, Dylan, had a girlfriend named Veronica. Unfortunately, Dylan passed away in a car accident during his most beautiful year, and Veronica was left alone with Dylan's child. She was really depressed at that point because she didn't want to have a baby alone. When she gave birth to the child, she left it in our hands. Then she fled the city and cut all contact with us. Nobody knew where she went. That baby was Emily. I had never thought of Emily as someone else's child. She was, and still is, my daughter. She could be difficult to deal with at times, but I really cared for her. But perhaps I was spoiling her a little too much, just to make up for the fact that Mark and I had kept that secret from her for years. Now I'm wondering, how did she even find out? I didn't even have time to process the message that Mark left me. It was not long after Mark's revelation that our daughter confronted me. Emily was angry and hurt, feeling that I had deceived her all these years. She accused me of pretending to be her real mother and taking her away from her birth mother, Veronica. I tried to explain that Veronica had willingly handed Emily over to me, demanding money in exchange. At the time, she claimed she couldn't raise a child as a single mother and vowed never to see Emily again. I had felt a mix of emotions, but above all, I couldn't bear to see this tiny, innocent life abandoned. So I took Emily in, hoping to give her a better life. But it seemed like Emily wasn't in the mood to listen. Emily, please, try to understand. I never meant to lie to you. Your birth mom willingly gave you to me, claiming she couldn't raise you as a single mother. It was a difficult decision for both your father and me, but I couldn't bear to see you abandoned, so I chose to raise you as my own. I don't care. You took me away from my real mom. You wanted a perfect little family, and I was just a pawn in your game. That's not true, Emily. I never tried to manipulate anything. I fell in love with you from the moment I held you in my arms. Huh, more like you used me to fulfill your dreams of being a mother and a wife. I was just a convenient solution for you, wasn't I? Emily, please, listen to me. I never wanted to deceive you. Yes, I wanted a family, but that doesn't mean I didn't love you with all my heart. You keep telling yourself that, but it doesn't change the fact that you lied to me all these years. I can't trust you anymore. I don't want you in my life. I never wanted to hurt you, Emily. I'm sorry if I did, but cutting me out of your life won't change the past. Can we find a way to work through this? No, I have made up my mind. I don't need you, and I certainly don't need your fake love and lies anymore. Just stay away from me and my wedding. I understand that you're upset and angry, but please know that I love you, and I always will. If you change your mind, I'll be here for you. I highly doubt that, but it doesn't matter. I have my real mom, Veronica, and she's coming to my wedding. I'll be surrounded by people who truly care about me, not someone who pretended to be my mother. Wait, what are you saying? Then Emily stops responding. She simply wasn't convinced by my explanation. It hurt to hear her say those words, but I couldn't deny that she was right about one thing. I had wanted a family and had hoped Emily would fill the void in my heart. After that conversation, I was devastated by her decision, feeling like I had failed as a mother. I was also overwhelmed. What did she mean when she said that Veronica was coming? Also, I couldn't help but feel betrayed by Mark for telling Emily the truth behind my back. I tried calling and texting Mark, but to my frustration, he didn't respond to any of my attempts. I thought I was going crazy because no one was explaining to me what had happened. Finally, someone reached out to me with the truth, but painfully, it was Veronica. Well, look who it is. The little saint who raised my daughter all these years. Veronica, is that you? Of course. What? You thought I was dead or something? Why are you back? It's been so long and you cut us out of your life. Oh, please, spare me the act. I'm back in town and I'm ready to take back what's rightfully mine. What do you mean? Emily is my daughter? I raised her as my own? You left her willingly all those years ago. Like I care about that now. I was young and stupid back then, but things have changed now, and I want my daughter back. You can't just barge in after all this time and claim her like she's some possession. Emily is a person with feelings and a life here. Oh, but it doesn't matter, does it? You see, your dear husband Mark has been on my side this whole time. Emily's going to believe everything Mark tells her. What? That's not possible. Mark would never betray me like that. Oh, he already has, darling. You were so busy playing the devoted wife and mother that you never saw it coming. Mark has always been secretly in love with me. No, that can't be true. Mark loves me. We have been through so much together. Please, Rachel, open your eyes. He never stopped loving me, even after all these years. And you know what's even more delicious? Our little Emily. She's Mark's daughter. What? That can't be true. You were with Dylan back then. He was supposed to be... Oh, please, Rachel. Do you really think she looks like Dylan? Look at her and look at Mark. She has his dreamy eyes, don't you think? She's his daughter, not Dylan. How could you do this, Veronica? I needed someone to take care of Emily while I was gone, and you were all willing to play the part of the devoted mother. You're heartless, Veronica. To use me? To use Emily like this? How could you? Life isn't a fairy tale, Rachel. You should have known better. Oh, poor Dylan. He had no idea. Spare me the act, Rachel. You were so happy to be a mom. It's a good thing that he's gone because he would have been in my way to success. How could you say that? Oh, for God's sake, you're pathetic. I'm done with you here. Have fun living alone for the rest of your life. I felt like my heart was being ripped apart. The love and trust I had once shared with Mark now felt like a distant memory. In the midst of all the turmoil, I decided to cancel the payments I had made for Emily's wedding. It was a painful move, but I couldn't bring myself to support an event where I felt unwelcome. I had previously planned to use up almost all of the savings I had after years of working, just to make my daughter happy. Now that I realized she was not going to be around when I needed her, I was left feeling really insecure. I knew I needed to save that money for myself. Unfortunately, Emily was furious at my decision. She called me on the phone and was constantly accusing me of being petty and selfish. I tried to explain that it wasn't about revenge, but about coming to terms with my own feelings and trying to move on. Emily and Mark came to my door, hoping to reason with me and ask for financial help with the wedding. I stood my ground, refusing to let them in and calling the police to mediate the situation. It was hard to watch them leave, but I knew that I needed time and space to heal from all the hurt and betrayal. As the days turned into weeks, I struggled to come to terms with the new reality of my life. I felt lost and confused, wondering if I would ever be able to find happiness again. I confided in my close friends who offered their support and understanding, helping me navigate through the emotional turmoil. Unfortunately, Emily and her fiancé Jake faced challenges of their own. It turned out that I was the only parent who was willing to help them with their lavish wedding. His family was disappointed with the sudden cancellation of the payments, and they suggested the couple reconsider their union. After just a month after that, Jake decided to break off the engagement, unable to handle the complexity of the situation. Seeing Emily's relationship fall apart only added to my feelings of guilt and sadness. I knew that my actions had played a part in causing her pain, but at the same time I knew that I was not at fault. I only did what I needed to do. As the days turned into months, I embraced the support of my friends and focused on building a life for myself, free from the weight of the past. I realized that I needed to forgive myself for the mistakes I had made and let go of the guilt that had consumed me. I moved to a different town and started working as an independent educational advisor. That job allowed me the freedom to enjoy the beautiful landscapes of the small, picturesque town. Life has a way of surprising us, and it wasn't all darkness and despair. One evening, as I was taking a stroll in the park, I met a kind and compassionate man named Jay. He was a gentle soul, with a warm smile and a heart of gold. We struck up a conversation and soon found ourselves spending more time together. Jay brought laughter and joy back into my life, and I began to feel hope for the future. A few months later, I received an unexpected call from no one else but Emily. I was bracing myself for mean accusations and petty lies. But from the other end of the call, Emily was crying. "Mom, I don't know what to do. Dad and Veronica took all my savings and disappeared. Please help me, Mom. I am so sorry about what happened." "Emily, hold on. Calm down first. What happened exactly?" "They said it was for a business venture and convinced me to invest all my money. The wedding fell through, so I still had some savings." "Oh God, I should have known better, Mom. I trusted them blindly and now I'm left with nothing. I feel so stupid." "Emily, I'm sorry that happened. I don't know what to say." "I should have seen the signs, Mom. Veronica was always so charming and convincing. I wanted to believe in them, and now they have left me with nothing, not even a penny." "Okay, tell me, when did you last talk to them?" "I don't know, a few days ago. God, I feel like such a failure." "Okay, I'll call the police, alright? Just try to stay calm. We'll figure this out. I don't want to burden you, Mom. You've already done so much for me, and now I'm causing more trouble. I'm so sorry about what happened. I feel like everything is falling apart. Alright, Emily. We can talk about us later, but right now we'll figure this out, okay? Okay. My heart pounded with a mix of anger and determination. I couldn't let Mark and Veronica get away with what they had done. Jay came to my rescue just when I needed it the most. His connections in the airline business proved invaluable as he discovered that the treacherous duo was planning to catch a flight abroad. I knew I had to act swiftly, so I immediately called the police. With Jay's help, we provided them with all the information we had gathered about Mark and Veronica's plans. The officers assured me that they would do everything possible to stop them from fleeing the country. It was a race against time as Jay continued to gather updates from his contacts in the airline industry. I couldn't help but feel a glimmer of hope knowing that someone had my back during this harrowing ordeal. The weight of the betrayal and deceit crushed me, but I knew I had to remain focused on bringing them to justice. Hours seemed like an eternity as I waited anxiously for the police to act. My heart pounded in my chest with each passing moment, fearing that they would slip away before the authorities could apprehend them. Finally, the moment of truth arrived. Jay informed me that the police had managed to locate Mark and Veronica at the airport just as they were about to board the plane. A sense of relief and satisfaction washed over me, knowing that justice was served. With the police in control, Mark and Veronica were taken into custody. My hands trembled with a mix of emotions as I thanked Jay for his support. His love had proven to be a lifeline during this nightmare. As the news of their arrest spread, I felt a mix of emotions. Part of me was furious at their audacity and heartlessness, while another part of me was grateful for the swift intervention of the police. Knowing that they were behind bars, unable to harm anyone else, brought a sense of closure to the painful chapter of betrayal. In the days that followed, I focused on helping Emily heal from the emotional wounds caused by her father's betrayal. Over time, Emily and I started to rebuild our relationship. We had honest and heartfelt conversations, sharing our pain and regrets. Emily admitted that she had been overwhelmed by her emotions and that she had acted impulsively in the heat of the moment. She came to appreciate the love and care I had given her over the years and see that my intentions had always been genuine. She painfully admitted to me that she was acting like a spoiled brat, and she learned the lesson the hard way. She profusely apologized and promised to try and be a better person. As for me, I found love and happiness with Jay. We built a life together filled with laughter, love, and acceptance. He accepted me for who I was, embracing both my past and present. With Jay by my side, I finally found the peace and contentment I had been searching for all along. Who would have thought I found the love of my life in my 50s? Life had thrown me a curveball, but I had learned to navigate through the storm and find my way back to happiness. My journey was far from easy, but it was worth every tear shed and every painful moment endured. In the end, I emerged stronger, wiser, and grateful for the second chance at love and family. As I reflect on my life now, I realize that we can't always control the events that unfold, but we can control how we respond to them. I chose to embrace forgiveness, love, and hope, knowing that they're the keys to unlocking a brighter future.